they're not going to improve within 24 hours or 1 day or 3 hours, as you say. That's physically impossible.
But it depends on the kid. But you can't be corrected in 3 hours or less than that. You 100% can.
I don't think so.
Okay, but yeah, not only does it depend on the kid, on how long it would be, but no matter how long, it's definitely not going to be as long as, I don't know, some type of mental disorder would be if you would have it.
So
It wouldn't be that long.
don't you think that locking the kid up, right? Locking them in their home or whatever is going to damage their trust between them and their parents or their caregivers?
Who cares if it's going to damage the trust? Because if they're doing that, it's already damaged. If they're doing everything in the description right now, the child's already not right. They're not like a
It's
good
not.
child with good manners and good morals. They're not.
No, but what you're saying is right. A child can still be a good person because if we're talking about like a child's personality, I could go out in public, smash windows, scream at people, be disrespectful, but then deep down inside, I can still be a nice person. I can still be nice. But if you're gonna lock up a kid in a house, I can certainly guarantee you, obviously depends on how long you lock them up, but certainly guarantee you that's gonna damage their trust between their caregivers and them.
So the trust is already broken. And I don't
How
know
is the
how you,
trust broken?
because the child is doing all this. I don't know who still has like some type of trust with their child if they're doing everything now, okay? So the trust is not even there, okay? Especially if they're moving on with this type of discipline method. So if their child sees them differently, they need to, because that will make them improve. There's no more games if you're doing this. Okay? So if they
Hmm.
suffer a mental disorder, which I don't think is going to happen, because if it if that was happening, they would only stay in the house for 6 months to 2 years for them to even develop anything mental from this isolation thing, okay, that y'all love to say. So it's not even like that. Like I said, it shouldn't take 6 months, 2 weeks to see improvement from your child. It really shouldn't.
So going back to one of your points, right? You stated that the depression that they get from it does not matter.
If they do get it, it's not the end of the world.
Of course it is.
How is the end of the world if
Well,
the child gets depressive disorder from things that they're literally doing to other people? And then they get punished for it, and then oh my god, that oh I'm so sad because I hit, I break, I scream, I be disrespectful, I steal, and I trespass areas I shouldn't be at, and people are treating me like this. Like, this is not a good child. I don't know why you keep on acting like this child's just like, this child's not good. So I really don't care as much because it's not like I'm ruining or not I'm ruining, but the parents who use this tactic is ruining a good child. The child's already bad. And if for them to be a little bit depressed, to see some good results, then who cares? I mean, I really don't. Period.
right. That's just you though. You're just a heartless person, really.
Not
If you don't
necessarily.
care that a child has if you don't care that a child has depression, right, which could later on in their life
I
lead
didn't
to
say I
even
don't
worse
care if they
things.
had depression. I said I don't care if they
You
pick.
literally just did.
This is what I exactly said. I don't care if they pick up depression because of what they're acting like.
Can I
Like,
ask you
if
one
you have
question?
depression, like, it's not like a deadly disease, like, a certain, cancer is. It's not a deadly disease.
It's not.
It's only in your mind. No, nobody else is, getting us sick. Like, I don't know why you act like depression's like, it's a you
So do
type
you
of thing.
agree
It's
that
not
depression
even,
can lead to a lot of things? Like Tillian's just said there in the chat. Do you believe that depression can lead to things? And I'm
yeah,
talking about
what one specific thing?
death.
If you're constantly like that, it might lead to death. but it might not. And there's not, everyone who's depressed, which is a majority of people, don't want to, end their lives because of their, you know, and deep sadness.
Right. But if a kid's going to
So,
develop depression from a young age, right, that's just going to get worse and worse as they
not
grow.
from not from being essentially grounded for not even 3 weeks. How in the world they going to pick up this mental disorder that doesn't take just 3 weeks to develop? You know, like, and then they want to end their lives.
Yeah,
Like,
Tillian,
hello.
this is what I said earlier, Tillian, like doing what she says, like locking them up or whatever until they learn, is just going to cause the trust between the child and the caregiver to be broken. Like this is exactly
Well, it's
what I said.
already broken. That's what I'm trying to
It
like.
wasn't okay.
It's
You see,
already
okay,
broken.
let
The
me.
child is exhibiting these behaviors. Okay, it's not just a one-way street. It takes a child and a parent to have a connection, not just the
Okay,
child to the parent. So if the child's doing this on a daily
right.
basis, like, I don't know if you even read the description. I don't
I
even
did. I read it
like,
three
these are
times just to make
not
sure for you.
just appropriate behaviors that a child should just be doing. Okay, so if they're doing this, it's going to obviously affect the parent to a way more
Hmm.
significant degree because they understand more to these things than the child. So the trust is already broken if you can't even go to the park without just essentially committing a crime. So the trust is already not there, okay? It's not. So obviously the child don't even trust the parent either if they're doing all these things to begin with, or even have respect for their own parent if they're doing this on a daily basis. So the trust is not even there on both parties, okay? And maybe the kid is already depressed if they're doing stuff like this. Like, hello, they're not a good child that exhibit these behaviors. They have to be an evil child to do this. And I don't know
There's
why
no
you
such
don't.
thing as a bad child.
There is such.
There isn't. There
I can
really
give you a
isn't.
million examples of just terrible kids.
Go on then.
Terrible.
Go on then.
All right, do you want me to give you like mine or just history that everyone should know about?
You
Maybe
can
like
go for
history.
yours. You can go for yours.
Yeah, but I don't think, yeah, you probably just think I'm just making this stuff up. So,
Honestly, I'm asking you to say it. So like, can you stop
okay,
thinking
so
that and
there
just say
was,
it?
yeah, so there was this guy, right? And he was underage when I came in contact with him. Okay? But he was right on the edge of turning legal. But he would do terrible things to kids that was much younger than him, like absolutely terrible. He would influence these kids to commit crimes, right? And all
Mm-hmm.
these kids would just be ride or die for this one guy who was much older than them, even though he was still a minor at the time. And these kids would, get killed and get seriously hurt, just riding it and dying for this guy. So once he turned older, like the legal limit, that's when he started to do more disgusting things because now, he's a legal adult. So and he's the main reason why I don't like femboys because he was that.
Wait. Sorry, carry on, carry on.
Yeah. So he was a very disgusting guy. He was very disgusting. But let me give you an example of a very disgusting child. Wait, do you think children are like underage? Like, that's what you classify children, right?
I would, I mean, in the UK, and my personal kind of opinion,
Okay.
I would say between 16 and 17 is just,
All
you're
right,
not a
let me give
child
you an
anymore. You
example
are,
with those ages that you gave me. Well, you said only 16 and 17 are considered children to you, or that's just like below that?
say that again, sorry.
You said that 16 and 17 are children to you, or just below those ages, down. Like, which one?
So 16 and 17,
So those are
you
the
are,
only. Oh, you're an adult in the UK?
no, you're not an adult. You're not an adult. You're a teenager. It's different.
But what do you consider kids? So I can bring up an example of what you consider a kid being just absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, under 12, I'd say.
All right.
Your example?
Don't worry, I'm gonna give you one, okay? It takes me a little second.
Are you searching it
Oh,
up or are
this
we giving it from personal experience?
no, I'm not. I already gave you personal experience. This is something that comes
Oh
from
my bad,
your
I thought you were
land.
gonna do it again.
No, this is something that comes from your land, the UK. So you can even look this
Hold on.
up.
Let me predict this. Let me predict this real quick, right? Right, boys in
What?
chat, yeah?
What's her name?
Let me predict
What's
this.
the
She's
girl's
gonna talk
name?
about the knife crime in the UK. She's gonna talk about crime in the UK, but go on.
No, not.
Knife crime
This
in the
was
UK to be specific.
someone who was a child under the age of 12 that's done disgusting
Uh-huh.
things. Okay,
Like.
so this happened in your land, the United Kingdom, and her name was Mary
Mhm.
Bell, and she was 10 to 11 years old when she killed two young boys in England. Her case
Right.
became one of the most infamous involving a child offender. So she was just like a serial killer at age 10 or 11. Isn't that crazy? Or you don't feel like that's
How many
disgusting?
cases are that? How many?
What
I
do you
mean,
mean?
like I said, there is no bad kid. I think what she done was obviously horrible. I'm not saying what she done was right, but yeah,
Oh,
like Clown Cat just said, is literally what I was gonna say.
it's
The
everyone's
upbringing
upbringing.
of
That's
these children is bad, but it's also not every single kid, and it's not most kids either. There is a small group of kids who decide that, and I'm talking about the UK, decide that, they're going to go out and they're going to murder someone. It's a small minority of kids. Like it's not as big of a group as you're saying.
okay, but let's just get back to what you just said that the girl who literally purposely killed two boys, okay, is
Hmm.
not bad. So why wouldn't she be bad to you? Even though those were her actions, nobody forced her to do that. Even if she's really young, why would she still not be considered bad to you?
Sorry, I'm reading the comments. Say that one more time.
Okay, Duck, you've been kind of good today. Please don't let these people ruin it.
Good job just reading the chat, honestly. I'm just trying to see everyone's
You
opinions.
can read and then listen. You can look at
Yeah,
that's
sorry,
why you have multiple
sometimes
sentences.
I'm quite bad at multitasking, my bad.
Okay, so just cover the chat with your hands and just listen to what I'm saying, okay?
I'm listening.
So, Mary Bell, a 10 or 11-year-old little girl in the UK, killed.
Sorry, I thought you said she was 12.
No, you said under 12 is a little kid to you, and then you can just look
Yeah,
this up.
but you just said she was 12.
No, I never did. I never
Guys,
said that.
did she or did she not say that she was 12?
I never I never said that. But either or,
Right,
it's
but
still
carry on,
yeah.
carry on.
So she was 11 or 10. She killed two young boys. Nobody forced her to do this. So why would she not be considered bad to you? Hmm?
I think what she done was bad, and I think it's seriously wrong. But all of that whole action that she's done, so the murder that she's committed, has come from her upbringing. Yes or no?
It doesn't say. Possibly.
What do you personally think?
I don't know. This is my first time hearing about this story, so I have to look into it. But people don't usually
The, um,
blame the upbringing on why you did a specific crime because you can have a terrible
of course
upbringing
they
and be a
do.
good person.
Yeah. What does upbringing mean to you?
Growing up as a child into an adult. So again, the upbringing is really, really not sufficient to me because you can be raised to be, well, you can have a bad upbringing and be a good person, and you can have a good upbringing and be a bad person. So that doesn't really matter. That's when I said the start of, how the child got like that shouldn't really be really all the way blamed on the parent. So again, she could have had a good upbringing. So let's just go with
Hmm.
that.
But what if she
So
had a bad upbringing?
But again, like, do you think bad people only come from bad upbringings?
I mean,
Do you
I'd
think
say
that?
99% of the time.
No, but let's just
I
say,
don't.
do you,
So do you think the upbringing only involves the parents?
well, that would be the main part of the upbringing because most people are raised with their parents. So yeah,
Yeah, but you can also learn stuff in other places.
I'm not denying that.
School,
I'm not
you can learn
denying
stuff in
that.
school. You can learn stuff on social media. You can learn stuff from your parents. Upbringing is a whole general thing of how you were brought up, what you were taught when you were brought up,
I know.
what you were shown when you were brought
So
up. Everything
are you blaming the
pushes to what
upbringing?
you are today. Of course, I'm blaming the upbringing, because
No,
how?
I'm
Okay,
saying no.
how
I'm
has that
that's not.
11? How has that 10 or 11-year-old kid, yeah,
Mhm.
learnt what murder is, how to fucking just swore, how
Oh,
to push a knife into someone? Like, how will that kid learn
I
that?
don't think she
I can't.
did the stabbing, but hmm
Well, I mean, you just said she stabbed two people.
I said she killed two young boys.